Oh Lord, I'm on a permanent holiday. I'm going outside to play. I ain't gonna slave away.
Monty, what do you think is the solution to the student loan catastrophe? Honestly, that like here in the United States we're sitting on. I mean, I know like default rates are increasing drastically. I mean, I think it's like 20-30% of people aren't even making
Yeah.
payments, and it's, Bernie Sanders was trying to create a solution for that, and even though obviously he didn't make it to the White House, but this conversation keeps coming up in the collective, and it seems kind of ridiculous to handcuff the younger generation with absorbent amount of debt as
Yeah.
they go off into being the creators of the providers, like the new generation that's coming up, and to saddle them with so much debt doesn't really make logical sense. Like, how do we fix this problem?
Yeah, it's a complicated thing, but it kind of goes on to the fact that, like, once you have an education, there's no recourse, right? And since there's no recourse, and whether you like it or not, how do they keep collecting their money? So I think that's one of the logics behind why even when you file for bankruptcy, your student loan doesn't go away, because there's no asset to take, you know? So I mean, I think that's one part of it, why it's so difficult. But unless we create, here's one way to fix it, and that's to create new economies where people actually have better paying jobs, where a student loan payment is irrelevant. At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
$50,000 to $80,000 student loan at a 4%, 5%, whatever it is, it's not the craziest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is when your job prospects suck. So I think there's no one magic, silver bullet, but if we applied like 3 or 4 different things to alleviate the pressures, I don't think it would be much of an issue. I mean, like, shit, we sent someone to the moon, like, this isn't that complicated.
So do you think we should focus on more, more energy on creating an economy that makes it so people can pay off their loans?
Yeah.
That's
No,
more
I
advantageous than trying to find out a solution to maybe write down some of these loans, or
well,
maybe
sure.
both.
Maybe you write down certain scenarios, and then you also do initiatives to create better types of, economies, like, and the best way to create a good paying job and economy is to create, like, if we start advancing things that it's the same expensive cost no matter where in the world you do it, then it can't be outsourced. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not trying to, put shoes together or something. Like advanced biomedical engineering is fucking expensive whether you're in China or in the US. So it's going to probably stay here. You know what I mean? So, like, there's strategic ways to create all these different things where we can kind of pull people out of these debts that they have. But we got to, like, I think policymakers, politicians and stuff have to be mindful, and they gotta grow some balls, man. They gotta know how business works, and they gotta get in there, and they have to, like, change some shit,